Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone. Excuse me, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parrish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Of course, Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss. Learn more, lowest prices, never any contracts. Do the whole thing over telemed, and they can ship your medicine anywhere. So learn more, uniquephysique.com, and of course, Restored Motions. You got pain, book a session with Crystal Poche. She will bring you out of it, restoredmotions.com. All right, y'all, good morning. Hope your Friday's off to a wonderful start. Brian Kelly met with reporters on Thursday evening after practice. Some things of note, some injury notes. Zy Alexander questionable for the game. We'll see if they get him back. Chris Hilton probable again. So he was dressed last week but didn't play. We'll see if they get him out on the field this week, which would be great to see if they do. Also of note, got it in the description on the episode today, Brian Kelly was asked about the Arizona state law, which many of you have pointed out, whereby college football teams are not legally allowed to play a game in the month of September before 6 p.m. And I actually went and looked it up. And this is all in Locked on LSU today as well, if you want a more detailed explanation and discussion on it. But the average high in Arizona in September is 102 degrees. The average low is 77. Obviously, a dramatic difference there when you're talking about safety and not just comfort, but safety for fans and patrons and things like that. The average high in Louisiana in September is 90 degrees, but obviously you have humidity, so we all know heat indexes and everything. Point being, yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you could potentially do something there where the state legislature could, potentially come in and outlaw. I don't know if that's, I guess that's the right word. Yeah, would outlaw day games in September. So I understand you got a TV contract with the SEC and the SEC on ABC and all that stuff. So you play when they tell you to play, but there's a state law prohibiting it. I get it's hot everywhere in the South, but I think this is the one. Hang on. I think this is the answer. Hang on one second.
I certainly would. I mean, we saw what happened. I just need to see that happen once, right? That in a place like Tiger Stadium to have that kind of environment where it is just so difficult to sit and watch a game, it totally makes sense. And so, look, I get it, right? I mean, TV's involved, the conference is involved. There's a lot of things that you have to consider. We don't have to deal with it again this year, and I think the window is really small that we were going to have to deal with. But I would definitely throw my hat in the ring on supporting something like that.
How about that? Brian Kelly saying he would support a state law that would outlaw day games in Tiger Stadium in September. And he's right. I mean, you just look at it this year. It's the only time that it would have come into play was this UCLA game. But why not? Okay, let me know your thoughts. We'll say some good mornings here. As always, if you're on YouTube, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us here. Thanks to everybody who came out to Scone and Tea last night, who watched Scone and Tea last night. Really appreciate it. All the support as we continue to ramp that up. So appreciate Curbside for hosting us, and Bayou Transformers and Avid Inspection Specialists who are sponsoring that show to help make it happen. So, okay, we'll say some good mornings here. Hey, Abner Neal, good morning. Hope your Friday's off to a great start. Wendell Norman, good morning. LSU 0399, good morning. Kelly Gross, good morning, Kelly Gross. Jacob Thompson, John Melancon, good morning. I know it's Milan's song. Brian Wynn, Jason H, good morning. Brad David, morning. Why are so many national media people picking Alabama this weekend? I don't know, Brad. Y'all know I'm not on that train, man. If y'all watching Scone and T last night, I had a pretty solid anti-Alabama rant last night. But I mean, I think, Brad, a lot of it is rooted in habit, perception, which is that the perception is Alabama deserves the benefit of the doubt because they always win and they're at home, and I can respect the fact that they're at home and that's a tough place to play. I also understand that Georgia ain't worried about that. I just, y'all know my feelings on this by now. Like, look, if Bama beats Georgia on Saturday, there will be nobody in the United States of America more surprised than me. Y'all know that by now. And I think it's comical how people seem to have forgotten Bama struggling on their home field against South Florida. I mean, that was a one-score game with 6 minutes to go. And then the avalanche came, turnover, touchdown, whatever. But they scored like 28 points in the final 6 minutes, or 21 points in the final six, whatever it was. Anyway. Yeah. No one will be more surprised than me if Alabama beats Georgia on Saturday. Go Rilla, morning, Matty. Off due to the storm, slept right through the winds in these North Georgia parts. Hope everyone is safe. Yeah, man, absolutely. I know there's a lot of people, obviously in parts of Florida and Georgia who are really affected by that storm. So everybody be safe if you are there. So thanks for being here. Thomas, good morning from Northern Alabama. All right, Thomas, hope y'all are out of the way of the storm. I don't know if y'all are feeling any impact. Such a giant storm, man. Cat 4, it might be reaching y'all. Hope y'all are okay. Leon, happy Football Friday. Yes, sir. Wacky Chris, good morning. My son hit me with a Go Tigers out of nowhere last night during dinner. Proud dad moment. It's really good. Dane, good morning. Cody, morning, Matt. After the occurring at UNLV and USC, do you think we see more player opt-out of the season midseason? Granted, USC player was a backup DT. Well, it's Bear Alexander, who was a big-time prospect who went to Georgia and left Georgia for USC. And then before this season, Cody, there were rumors that Bear Alexander was going back into the transfer portal, and he ended up staying at SC. I think this is the time that you would see guys hit the portal and opt out because, remember, you have the 4-game minimum. Or I guess the 4-game limit, where you could play in 4 games and maintain your redshirt year. So I think this is the time where you'll see that. And this isn't the first time. We've seen this past couple of years as well, where it just nothing as high profile as what happened with the kid at UNLV. John Paul Haddon, good morning from Dallas. Okay. Let's see, Chris, am I crazy for wanting to hold Chris Hilton and not put him on the film prior to Ole Miss? That might be overthinking it a smidge. Like, everybody knows Chris Hilton's fast. There's plenty of film of Chris Hilton from his time at LSU. People know who he is and that he's fast. I mean, I would be more in line with, does Chris Hilton play if he's still limited? If he's limited, then I would say you hold him until you give him the bye week and to let him get even healthier. But if he's ready, man, God bless him. I mean, that kid's in his 4th year. He's waited his turn, and he's already missed 4 games. He's missed a third of the season now. So if he wants to get out there and play in a game, man, let that kid get out there and run around and play in a game. Christian, good morning. Malik and Jaden haven't missed a beat since getting to the NFL. I think Malik single-handedly saving Daniel Jones' job for now. I saw Malik got a concussion last night. That sucks. But yeah, he's phenomenal. I mean, the number of targets Malik is getting is, I don't know what the box score. Let me see if I can find his targets last night. But the last 2 games, he had 30 targets the last 2 games. It was 18 and 12 respectively. Let's see. And Malik went out late. Malik had 12 receptions for 115. I mean, they just throw him the ball like every play. They just don't have anybody else. 12 catches on 15 targets. So in his first game, Malik was targeted 7 times. Then he went 18, 12, 15. Those are his targets. I mean, Daniel Jones is just throwing at Malik Nabers every play. All right, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We appreciate y'all for being there. Hey, Trivia, good morning. Bubba Smith, good morning. Tommy, not feeling good about the Saints this weekend with the O-line injuries. I hear you, Tommy. I did ask Mike Detillier what a lot of y'all said. You know, when both starting centers are out, who do you bet on? I asked Mike. He said bet the under. It's probably not a bad idea. Gary, good morning. Bailey, given LSU landed Bryce Underwood, I would assume he's got a good NIL deal. That and being sold, the potential to be a Heisman. Well, anywhere he goes, they could pitch him the possibility of being a Heisman winner, no doubt. But yes, I mean, I'll tell you, look, LSU isn't broke. You know, they're not poor. They're just not overflowing with cash the way other programs are. And that just means they have to be more sensible with how they spend their NIL resources. That's all. I mean, Gordon McKernan told us the story about DeCorian Moore, where, you know, DeCorian Moore had been committed to LSU and obviously decommitted. He commits to Oregon he was at Texas, you know, went on a visit to Oregon, and he ends up committing. And the Texas booster called to see, like, what do we have to do to make up the difference? Said, don't even bother. Like, there's places that just have those types of resources. And LSU is not one of them. But that's okay. You're still landing. I mean, you've got the number one quarterback, the number one running back, the number one cornerback. Like, you just got to be sensible with how you use your NIL resources. Hey, Juan, good morning. Greetings from Bogota, Colombia. All right, here for work, keeping myself informed with Morning Scone. Thank you, Juan. Good to see you there, man, as always. Good to see you in Vegas a few weeks back as well. Thomas, if you're serious about hitting Tuscaloosa, let me know. I'll ride down there. I'm not going to Tuscaloosa. So yesterday, so what Thomas referred to yesterday on Scone and Tea, I told T-Bob, I said, man, you know, I may just let you handle whiskey and wine solo. I may drive to Tuscaloosa, buy a ticket on a 50-yard line behind Alabama's bench, and just sit there and laugh the whole game, play 04 tuna on my phone and all that sort of stuff. And I was just joking. And that would be a lot of fun, though. Hey, Robert, good morning. I made it through open heart surgery, now the recovery. Robert, glad to hear that, man. I know that's not easy, golly, but hope you're doing great, man. Hope Landon's doing great as well. Best to you guys, as always, man. Keep us updated, man. Keep us updated on your progress. Hey, Brad, let's see. You talked about it yesterday, but why did Matt Canada think Miles Brennan had more potential in 2017? Well, this guy, you know, they recruited him, and I think they were looking long-term upside. I think Miles Brennan was a more talented, physically more talented, gifted player than the Danny Etling. It's not a knock on Danny Etling. No, Danny Etling is a good quarterback crowd. That was funny. But I think T-Bob had a sticker like on his laptop for a while that said Danny Etling is a good quarterback. But no, but that's why. I mean, Miles was, you know, what was Miles Brennan? 6'3", 6'4", and he could throw it a ton, had a big arm, and, you know, he was playing, Canada was playing the long game. He was saying, like, I got this really talented young guy, let's go play him. And the problem for Ogeron was, you know, it was hardly a unanimous endorsement with Ed becoming the head coach. And I'll tell you, after they lost to Troy, I mean, I know this for a fact because I had firsthand conversations, me, not someone relaying something to me. I personally had firsthand conversations with boosters who were collecting buyout money for Ogeron after the Troy loss. So the point, all that to say, this isn't an Ogeron thing, I promise. Like, all that to say, it's actually a smart thing that I did. He knew he had to win games. Like, if that season had kept going the way that it looked like it was starting, because remember, they got blown out at Mississippi State and looked woefully unprepared, and then lost to Troy. Like, it was like he was going to be a one and done. Like, and you may say, oh, they wouldn't do it. Mississippi State did it with Zach Arnett right after Mike Leach tragically died, and then they replaced him with Arnett. 1 year for Arnett, and he was done. I mean, LSU was trending that way, so Ed knew he had to win games, and Etling was his surer path to win games instead of taking your lumps with the young guy for the long term benefit. So it was a smart thing Ed did. It kept him his job. Drew's awake. Hang on one second. Let me go get him. And in the meantime, we'll let you all listen to the dulcet tones of one Mr. Toby Tomplin.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Here's some dead lap. Okay. Okay, come see. Oh, wait, we'll turn the light off. Okay, hold on. I know that's bright. Oh, no, sorry. There we go. Oh, my goodness. What do you say? What do you say?
Hi, Dad.
Okay, can you say good morning?
Good morning, Dad.
Okay. Hey, tell everybody, what day is it?
Friday.
Friday. He's trying to get away from me. He used to love coming on Dad's show. His butt says lighten up. I don't know if you ever see the Christmas light jammies. Anyway, okay. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel. Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, brought to you by Brock. Hey, Friday night. Brock, Friday night clinic is back open tonight for all the high school athletes. What an awesome service that Brock provides and has for, God, they were doing that when I was playing. That's been 25 years. So it's been at least that long. Any student athlete can go get checked on Friday night. So get injured on under Friday night lights, you can go over to Brock. So shout out to Brock. And of course, Parish Construction and Roofing, ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com. Good. Glad to hear that, Thomas. Oh, wait. I missed a few. Here we go. JJ, day games during Louisiana heat is an abomination. I agree. Can be several people at the Tulane UL game in Lafayette had to also be medically treated for heat exhaustion. Attendance was way lower. I mean, I know it's hot. Look, the last Saturday was unseasonable as well. Like, it was record heat. And it's hot everywhere in the South. But I think Brian Kelly said it best. Only need to see it once. It's like a burglar. You could live in your house for 20 years. If someone breaks into your home, you're going to get an alarm system or a Ring doorbell or something like that. I mean, it's just, you only need to have it happen once to make those changes. Hey, Patrick, good morning. All right, CHS alum, go Bears. Game day for the Bears against West Monroe. Feel good about them. See, man, here's the thing, Patrick. Like, y'all know I love Catholic, right? I love my school. I just don't get to keep up. There was a video. I didn't know they were playing West Monroe, that's great. I hope I don't know if it's here or there, but they finally kicked that door in against West Monroe. But I just don't get to keep up as much. Last week when they played U High, some of y'all might have seen the video of me like in my office with the Catholic High helmet on, like legitimately whenever go this way. It's like legitimately. So Brittany Rose, Brittany Ensminger, from 100.7 The Tiger, she does those pep rally videos, and she came into my office. She's like, "Hey, can we do a quick video for the Catholic?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure, yeah." And so I put my helmet on and was like, "Oh, sorry, don't always work." Anyway, and she's like, "What do you think about the big game?" I'm like, and I legit didn't even know who they were playing. I was like, and so I start going like, it doesn't. I don't even know who we're playing because it's just every opponent is nameless and faceless. I just started doing that. Like I legit didn't know. If you go watch the video, like I legit didn't know. But anyway, man, I'm pulling for them, man. I hope they win. It's great to play West Monroe. Some not great memories against West Monroe when I was playing. Gregory Gordy, Irfan Sayad, Scott, South Alabama has me worried. Please don't. Don't worry about South Alabama. There's no reason for you to be worried. Dane, the last person that wants to govern my business. However, if the TV companies lack common sense in scheduling games, appropriate legislation is in order. Yeah, I mean, Dane, I have no problem with that. I mean, there's times where you have to legislate common sense. So I wish it wasn't that way, and I wish that the networks could handle that on their own. But clearly, I think Brian Kelly's right. It takes one time to see that happen to go. We need to make sure that never happens again. Gregory, Scone and tea is made for Matt. Whiskey and wine is made for T Bob. Great job. Thank you, man. There it is, Thomas. Okay. Brent, good morning. Leon, that was a nasty fall at the end of the game last night. Hate that Malik got hurt. Hopefully the concussion is mild. Yeah. And the good news is that he does have time, right? Because you played on Thursday, you have 2 full extra days of recovery before next week. Good morning. Is it homecoming for LSU? I don't know, Pat. Good question. I never really. Homecoming feels like an old tradition that was great, in like the 40s and 50s. I just don't think anybody really cares about homecoming. I mean, I'm an alum and I don't even know when or what homecoming is. I'm looking at LSU Sports and it doesn't even say. Usually it'll say like homecoming or gold game or something like that. Maybe it's Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss is celebrating 100 years of Tiger Stadium. Anyway. Okay. Got about 5 minutes. Rusty, good morning. Seth, it's confirmed Malik is better than Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, he's on a team with the worst quarterback and with no weapons, and they just keep feeding him the ball. Hey, Dad, good morning. Tiger Diver, Phil Steele riding the trend. LSU not covering the spread. He has USA in the points. Yeah, so did Lee Sterling yesterday on AFR. And I don't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't lay 22 with LSU right now. I mean, they haven't shown they can cover a spread. Brian Penn, good morning from Manchester, New Hampshire. A balmy 61 in the Northeast. All right, Brian, safe travels, man. Michael, good morning. Does the Portnoy offer of $3 million to a quarterback threaten Underwood to LSU? Honestly, I don't know that I saw that. I saw something about so Portnoy is Dave Portnoy from Barstool. I don't know what the exact details are there. I'd have to look into it. So I don't know. Candidly, I don't know the answer because I don't know everything about Portnoy's offer and I don't know everything about Underwood's NIL deal with LSU, but I'll find out. Mr. Wallace, morning. I think if the Saints lose on Sunday, it will go downhill fast. Well, Mr. Wallace, if they lose on Sunday, remember, then you also have to go to Kansas City next week on Monday Night Football. If you drop that would be 3 in a row. Then you're coming home against Tampa in a division game, which would feel as close to a must-win at the beginning of October as you could possibly have. Hi, Drew. Ronnie Dugas, what's up, man? Hey, Jerry, good morning. Frosty, okay. All right, Jerry. Ronnie, sorry, y'all. Jason, David Portnoy said he's going to offer Underwood money of his own to keep him in Michigan. Did he specifically name Bryce Underwood? I'll go look it up today. I'll look it up. Robert Potts, morning, Matt. Will y'all say a prayer for my dad this morning? Having an AFib reset in his heart with paddles. Big Tiger fan. Will do, Robert. Absolutely, man. God bless your dad, the doctors, and everybody. Hope he comes through it awesome. I'm sure he will, man. It's pretty incredible. You know, the things that we look at and think are incredible, like they do that every day so many times. It's as common to them as you and I brushing our teeth. So he'll be great, man. He'll be great. Hey, Melody, good morning. Rocky, good morning. What's the LSU score tomorrow? I picked it 44-24. You know, maybe too many points for LSU. I don't know. Like South Alabama is a good team, and I think there's some things that can give you problems with a ability to run power, but LSU really cleaned that up last week against UCLA, didn't allow the long runs, which was good to see. And offensively, LSU is going to out-athlete them. So LSU is going to be fine. They're no jeopardy of losing this football game. Just a matter of what does the margin look like. And my guess is it probably looks like all the other games where it's a little clunky in the first half and they hit their stride in the second half because that's what they've done 4 times now. So we'll see. Hey, Richard Tilley Sr., go Bears. Yes, sir. Dane. Milrose stinks. Milrose stinks. How many times could I say Milrose stinks last night on the show? Let's see. Matt, Paris Construction needs to get over to Georgia. Hurricane went right over the town my son lives in. Lots of damage. Yeah, Dane, I don't think we're going to do look, man, it's what I was talking about here. Ignore the out-of-town opportunistic companies. I'm sure there's plenty of great contractors in Georgia that can handle getting them squared away. But I hear you, man. True to those Christmas. They're Christmas light pajamas. Hey, go this way. We got one more minute of Dad Show, and we got to get you dressed. Let's see. What? Trey Potan, good morning. Stephen Miller, this weekend is family weekend for LSU. Okay, so that means, I guess, I don't know, do we ever have family weekend? I don't remember that. Where I guess families of students come in, I get. I don't remember that. Maybe Stephen, I was just oblivious to it because I lived in town. It just wasn't family weekend. Wasn't really something I paid a lot of attention to. I don't. Hey, Brett, good morning. Nabers is good at this foosball thing. Early AM drop in the line, LSU 20.5. Okay. So I wonder who because it went up yesterday to 22, I saw. There you go, Robert. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Got to get going. T-Bob went on a long rant about inflation. I think he just realized he's going to vote Trump, and that's beautiful. No politics here. I'm not interested. Pat, I have a big outdoor gig on Frat Row that parents, alums are attending. Was wondering. Okay, got it. Well, maybe that's what Stephen was saying. That so if it's parents and alums, and maybe it's because it's family weekend. Jonathan Martin, Spurge, good morning. Lou, LSU should push for $1 beer nights. Stephen West Monroe coming down to Memorial. Okay, they are doing it at Memorial. Okay. God, dog, that would be fun to go to. Mark, South Alabama is the Buster Douglas of college football. What does that even mean? Because Buster Douglas upset Mike Tyson. I mean, South Alabama, they beat Oklahoma State a couple of years ago. And they had a close game against UCLA. Do y'all remember that game against UCLA a few years ago? Not the LSU. South Alabama went to the Rose Bowl and played UCLA and lost by a point. And there were a lot of people remember it because you could probably find a picture on Twitter if you search, but there was 1,000 people in the Rose Bowl. I mean, it was bad. Anyway, Melody, we definitely did not have family weekend 20 years ago. All right, y'all. This way. All right, you want to tell Dad Show goodbye? You want to tell him bye? Go this way and that way. I love you. Hey, did you sleep so good? Huh?
Good.
Parrish? What does Daddy's hat say?
Roofing.
Paris Construction and Roofing. Okay, you want to tell everybody goodbye?
Bye, that show.
Okay, bye. I know that light. The light's so bright in your face. I know. Sorry. Okay, y'all. I think we're done. Thanks for watching. Y'all have an awesome day. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. All the sponsors are linked in the description on YouTube and tagged on Facebook. So love and respect to everybody. Robert, glad to hear the aortic valve replacement went great, man. We'll be pulling for you. And Robert Potts will be praying for your dad today, man, too. So y'all have a great day. And Locked on LSU is live. So maybe do me a solid and go listen on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube and AFR3. Okay, have a great day, y'all. We'll see you. Go Tigers. Peace.